All right, dear children, welcome back to the class. Today we are going to have this MCQ series on surface areas and volumes. As I have already told you in each and every class, I keep on telling this. In Kalparaksha classes, we follow step-by-step process to build all the concepts. Throughout the year, we worked very hard to build your concepts. Now, as it is the examination time, it is our responsibility to run this SSLC MCQ series on different chapters, and today's target is surface areas and volumes. It's going to be a very interesting session. I welcome all of you for this session, and let's get started with the first question. Everybody see this first question, dear children, and try to answer for this. Yes. What is the first question? If the surface areas of two spheres are in ratio 16 raised to 9, 16 ratio to 9, then their volumes will be in the ratio. Okay, so two spheres are there. Let me call them as surface area 1 and surface area 2. Okay, so first radius is like, let me call it as r1, so that's why it becomes 4 pi r1 square. Yes, surface area of sphere is like at 4 pi r square, no? And second one, let me call it as 4 pi r2 square. Now they are saying this 4 pi, they get cancelled. They are saying surface area. If the surface areas of two spheres are in ratio 16 is to 9. So it is like a surface area 1 divided by surface area 2. First sphere divided by second sphere. Those surface areas are equal to 16 by 9. They are telling. So what can I say? I can say that r1 by r2. This is whole square. No, whole square. If it's send that side, it becomes square root 16 by 9. Can I say r1 by r2 is 4 by 3? Radius of first sphere divided by radius of second sphere is equal to 4 by 3. Can I say like this, dear children?
Yes.
Yes, definitely I can say that. Then afterwards, then volume will be in the ratio. Volume they are asking. Then you do for volume 1 divided by volume 2. So what is volume 1? So 4 by 3 pi r1 cube. And what is volume 2? 4 by 3 pi r2 cube. Now 4 by 3 pi, 4 by 3 pi get cancelled. R1 by R2 whole cube means we can write it as R1 by R2 whole cube. And R1 by R2 is 4 by 3. Now if you do it as a 4 by 3 whole cube. 4 by 3 whole cube means, don't you think it becomes a 64 divided by 27? Because 4 cube is 64 and 3 cube is 27. So 64 divided by 27. So this is the answer. Don't you feel like that, dear children? Everybody got this answer? Yes? Yes or no? Am I audible? Please respond so that it becomes clear to me.
Yes,
Answer
sir.
is B. Answer
Yes,
is
sir.
B. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Answer is B. I hope everybody got it. Okay, fine. So I'm going to move forward. Let us look at the second question. What is the second question? A cylinder, a cone, and a hemisphere are of equal base. Equal base means what? Equal base means equal radius. And have same height. Cylinder and cone are having same height. The height of hemisphere means its radius only. Yes or no? Are you getting my point? Okay. Now, or I mean, height means radius. You understand hemisphere, no? So what is the height of this hemisphere? This is the radius, no? Height means this only the height, right? So this height is like radius only. All right. Now, what is the ratio of their volumes? They are asking. Ratio of their volumes. Now, what is their cylinder? Is there? What is the volume of cylinder? Pi r square h, no? Everybody knows that pi r square h. Then what is the cone? Cone is like 1 by 3 pi r square h, and they're saying base is same. Base is same means radius is also same, and height is same. They're saying same height also, so h is also same. Then afterwards, now look at this. Now let's not go for the third thing. Now look at this. This is like a pi r square h, and this is 1 by 3 pi r square h means. Don't you think like this pi r square h is three times of this 1 by 3 pi r square h? If you do into 3 here to this, 1 by 3 into 3, they get cancelled and it becomes pi r square h, no? So don't you feel like this cylinder is having 3 times the volume of the cone? So 3 is to 1. Definitely it will be coming, no? So and if you see here, 3 is to 1. I mean, whatever comes here, hemisphere, that's a different issue. Hemisphere means it is going to, we are going to get it as 4 by 2. Yes, not 4 by 2, 2 by 3. 4 by 3 is full sphere, no? 2 by 3 means it is hemisphere. 2 by 3 pi r cube, right? 2 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, I mean, ignore this for time being. So you can get this also done, no issue with this. But right now 3:1 means what is there? Look at this, 3:1. This is not there. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. That means this is the correct option, no? I mean, immediately to get the answer, right now 3:1, and afterwards 2 is coming. We'll rectify that also. How it came, we'll have a look into that also. Now look at this, how that 2 came, no, dear children. Now look at this. This 2 by 3 pi r cube is there, no? 2 by 3 pi r cube means what? I can write it as r square into h means what? H means radius only, no? So instead of this, I mean r and r, I can write like this also, no? R square means I can write it as r cube means I can write it as r square into r. Then it becomes 2 by 3 into pi into r cube means it becomes r square into this r means what? H only, no? I told you, no? This hemisphere, whatever radius is there, yes or no? Hemisphere, whatever radius is there, same will be the height, I told you. Okay. Now if you look at this, it becomes what? It becomes 2 times of 1 by 3 pi r square h, no? So if it is like 1, then it has to be 2 times, no? Because 2 into 1 by 3 pi r square h. So 1 means here 2 is there. So I hope it is clear. Is this answer clear to everyone, dear children? Yes. Okay, I hope everybody got it. I took more time to explain the third thing because we have to explain this r cube into r square into r. Then again, r has to be made into h. So that's why it took more time. But it's okay. So even though if you analyze first and second thing, then you are going to get the answer. Okay, I hope it is clear. If it is not clear, then you can look back into the video and you can ask me the doubt also. Okay, let us do this question. Third question. If the area of 3 adjacent faces of a cuboid are x, y, and z respectively. That means you understand the meaning of adjacent faces, no, dear children? Adjacent faces. Okay, cube is having how many faces? 6 faces are there. Adjacent faces means, I mean, one after the other. I mean, one is bottom one, another is I mean front one, another is right side one or left side one. They are like adjacent, no? Now, I mean, those areas are, one is x, another is y, another is z respectively. Then the volume of the cuboid they're asking. Cuboid means how it looks. Cuboid means it looks like this, no, dear children? Now, cuboid means it is having a length, breadth, and height. I hope you are able to analyze this cuboid in this, I mean, this solid form. Now, what they are saying like the areas of the 3 adjacent faces of cuboid are x, y, z. That means if you take one face like this area is x, and if you take another face like this area is like y, and another bottom one, this is front one, okay, and this bottom one, so that is like z. So what they are saying LB. The LB means length into breadth of one face. No, bottom face is, look at this bottom face, dear children. Let me rub it off and tell you one more time. Look at this. I mean, bottom surface, you understand, no? Bottom surface means what will be its area? X is there. I'm understanding x they have given, but bottom surface means whatever this bottom surface is there, this is length into breadth, no? Look at this. This is the floor. This is length into breadth, no? Yes or no? Please try to analyze. Try to analyze it. So length into breadth equal to what they're saying? X. Now next one, adjacent means this face, right side face, right wall of this room. That is like a BH is equal to Y, no? And the next one more face, front face. Front face is like HL. HL is equal to Z, they are saying. I hope everybody is able to understand this. LB is equal to X, BH equal to Y, and HL equal to Z. Okay, so let me write that one more time so that it becomes very clear to you. Okay, so LB into BH into, yes, all those things. I hope you understood that whatever I have explained. So let me write them here. What are they? LB is equal to X, BH is equal to Y, and HL is equal to Z. Now, if you multiply all these LHS and RHS of equation number 1, 2, 3, LB, BH, HL means L into L, it becomes L square. Then B into B becomes B square, and that is equal to X square. H square is equal to, tell me, X into Y into Z, no? If you multiply this, all three, LB into BH into HL means it becomes L square, B square, H square. So this can be written as LBH, then whole square is equal to XYZ. Okay, this square you can send that side. So LBH is equal to what is this? Under root XYZ, no? LBH means what? Volume. They are asking about volume. So under root XYZ option is there, no? So option C is correct. I hope everybody got this answer, dear children. If you have got this, say yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. Thank you. So let's move on to next question, fourth question. The volumes of two spheres are in the ratio 27 raised to 8. The ratio of their curved surfaces. Okay, two spheres, volume of two spheres, volume 1 divided by volume 2, what they are saying, that is equal to 27 by 8 they are saying. Volume 1 means what is the volume of the sphere? Volume of the sphere is 4 by 3 pi r1 cube, no? And next one is like 4 by 3 pi r2 cube, no? So that is equal to 27 by 8. So 4 by 3 pi, 4 by 3 pi get cancelled, and r1 by r2 whole cube is there. R1 by R2 whole cube is equal to 27 divided by 8. Then R1 by R2, it is like if you send that cube that side, it becomes cube root, no? So cube root of 27 by 8 means it becomes a 3. 3 divided by 2. So R1 by R2 is 3 by 2. But now what they're asking, ratio of their curved surface and total surface, everything is same for the sphere. So that is like curved surface means S1 divided by S2 they do, and S1 by S2 means it becomes 4 pi R1 square, and next one is 4 pi R2 whole square. 4 pi get cancelled. R1 by R1 square by R2 square means R1 by R2 whole square. R1 by R2 is 3 by 2. If you do 3 by 2 whole square means it becomes 9 by 4. So here is the answer, 9 by 4. Everybody got it, dear children? How to do it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this kind of question may be asked in your MCQ, so that you should be ready to solve that. All right, so let's move on to next question, fifth question. Do this. The ratio of volumes of two spheres is 8 is to 27. Again, same V1 by V2. R and R, small r and capital R, are the radii of spheres respectively. That means whichever is having 8 part, that is like R, and whichever is having 27 part, that is like capital R. Okay, those are the radius means. What they're asking, then R minus R raised to, can you see this ratio? R minus R, whatever R minus R I am getting, ratio R, they're asking this. R minus R, then a ratio R, small r, they're asking that. Okay. Let us try to find out it. Okay, so volume 1 divided by volume 2 means it becomes again 4 by 3 pi, and here instead of taking R1, what I will take R, just I will call it as R cube, divided by 4 by 3 pi. Instead of taking it as R2, I will take it as capital R, then I call it as R cube, because small r and capital R are the radius, no? I mean, they are the radii of different spheres given, so that is equal to 8 by 27. So 4 by 3 pi, they get cancelled. And what remains here, R by R, then this is like whole cube it becomes. If you send that, that becomes cube root of 8 by 27. So that is like, don't you feel it is 2 by 3? R by R is like 2 by 3, R by R. That means if R is 2 parts, then capital R is 3 parts. Now what they're asking R minus R divided by R. Ratio means this only, no? R, capital R is how many parts? 3 parts. Small r is how many parts? 2 parts. And small r is how many parts? 2 parts. So don't you think it becomes 1:2? Think over it. Okay, so here is the answer. Everybody got this, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's very simple, and I think you must have got it. Now let's move on to next question, sixth question. Please try this. The radii of two cylinders are in the ratio 2:3, and their heights are in the ratio 5:3. The ratio of their volume is, find the ratio of their volume. That is like cylinder, no? Volume they're asking, no? So volume 1 divided by volume 2. So what is the volume of the cylinder? That is pi R1 square into H1 divided by volume 2 is pi R2 square into H2. Okay, pi get cancelled. R1 by R2 they are saying, no, that is 2:3. So that is like, it can be written as R1 by R2 whole square into H1 by H2 whole square. So like that, no, not whole square, only H1 by H2, because whole square is not there anyway. Yes or no? So that whole square is not there, no? So H1 by H2. So R1 by R2, how much they are saying? They are saying 2 by 3. Then it has to be made a whole square. Then into H1 by H2 means it becomes 5 by 3. Yes or no? I hope everybody is understanding it. Now it becomes 2 square is 4, 4 into 5 divided by 3 square is 9, 9 into 3, that becomes 20 divided by 27. So that's why 20 raised to 27. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So let me move on to next question. 7th question. Please try this. If the radius of base of right circular cylinder is halved, okay, radius is made half, keeping the height same, height is kept same, the ratio of the volume of the reduced cylinder to that of the original cylinder. First you have to consider reduced cylinder, okay? Fine. So reduced cylinder, let me call it as I mean reduced means radius is made half, no? So that is like a reduced cylinder. No? Then afterward, what they are saying, if radius of the base of the right circular cylinder is half, that means it has to be off, no? So that means, don't you feel it becomes r by 2 square? R by 2 and into h will remain same. And original is like pi r square h. H is
कट कट रहा था सर.
One second, please. Yes, because there is network issue already. I have told you. Okay.
Sir, can you hear me, sir?
Hear you, Mac. I can hear you. Deepthi, can you hear me or not?